I want to start off by saying this is the biggest trade I had to this date. Today is Thursday, March 27th. Feel good, man. I've been doing this for a minute now. I feel like this is my 5th year, and it's like I'm finally getting the results that I want. Um, but not to go too deep into that, man. It's just like it's love because today it's like I was anticipating this trade to play out. I originally took a trade at, I believe this is at let me see, what time was this? This was at 9:05. I took a buy, 20-cent lot, end up hitting my stop loss. But the thing I wrote on my phone earlier, I said, know where you are in structure. I thought I said always know where you are in structure, but either way you put it, know where you are in structure. And that's a key for me because sometimes I'll get lost not knowing where I am in structure, and that'll cause me to lose. So it's like, if I'm trying to buy right here, it's like, did it turn over yet? Like, it's like, are you at a higher high? Are you trying to buy up here? If you're trying to buy up here, this is a higher high. This is the higher low. The higher high was broken right here, and it went higher. Yeah, cool. People bought this, and they went up, went up. But at some point, this higher high gets created, and then that gets exhausted, and it has to pull back to make a higher low. From a higher low, you go to a new higher high. So just knowing where you are in structure helps you to make the right move. So at 9:05 is where I made the wrong move because I was anticipating price to continue to go up this from here. This candle right here was the 9 o'clock candle. The next candle is 9:05. My whole thing is waiting for the candle to close back inside of the 20 EMA. Learned that from Stacy Burks with his 5-minute entry criteria using the 20 EMA in a 5-minute. Right here is obvious. You can see this 5-minute candle close inside of the 20 EMA after pulling back. So it dumped down. And the first candle that closed inside of the 20 EMA was right here. It went up, came down, created like a W, right leg of the W right here, closing back inside on his right leg. And it went up, it went sideways here. I want to talk about that as well with this green box, but trying to explain why I entered and took this loss. I considered this candle right here, even this long wick right here, I considered this to go up from this point and hit this high. This high right here is Thursday's high. If I could zoom out real quick. All right, let me go to the 1 hour. Oh, come on. That's kind of messing me up. Hold on. This high right here is Thursday's high from last week. So price started dumping down, went sideways Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday started creeping back up to the previous Thursday's high. So in the box, I'm looking at it like, are we going up? I don't see no sell opportunities at all. But at this point, before it pulled back, it never reached this level. If I could zoom in, you could see that price didn't touch that level. It got close, but it pulled back. So when I took that buy, I'm thinking that, all right, it's already in breakout. It's probably just pulling back a little bit to continue to finally hit that level. So I entered on a 5-minute. I entered on a 5-minute right here off of this candle. As soon as this candle closed, I entered at 16:05. 16:05 is 9:05. I entered right here. Price just started pulling back. And I'm like, damn. And I'm letting it rock out because I wasn't really mad because I knew I did it with reason. Only thing is, I felt like I got a little too excited. Like, yeah, that did the head of it kind of came above, you know, but it's not like an obvious like close back inside. So I got stopped out. I ended up dozing off, went to sleep. When I went to sleep, I woke back up. No, matter of fact, as price started pulling back, I'm like, damn, sellers is in. That's love. It would have been love if I'd have been in on a sell, but I'm not in on sales. I'm gonna wait because I already identified structure. You got your higher high, higher low, new higher high was created. Now that it's dumping down to create a new higher low. This green box is a demand zone because price was consolidating right here. This box is just like sideways price. So I just put a box around that. Also drew the fib from the higher low to the higher high for my retracement. 50% level and 61.8. It's a zone in itself. I dozed off, went to sleep. When I woke back up, price already closed back inside the 20 EMA. So I'm like, oh, damn, like price close. That's my signal. Like, oh shit, I gotta enter. But I didn't get too hyped because I'm like, damn, I would have liked, because even this engulfing right here off of this demand zone was love. I could have entered right here, but I was asleep. I probably wouldn't have entered there anyway because I like to enter off of price closing back inside the 20 EMA. It's just a rule that I try to stick to. There's no one way to do it. There's no one way to trade. Everybody trades differently, but it's all about which way works for you. I measured this candle right here. I said, all right, matter of fact, let me see. I said, I'm gonna measure this candle. Let me see what's 50% of this candle, and that's gonna give me my entry. Instead of entering right off the close, 'cause I already missed it anyway. I woke up and it was already closed. This candle started pulling back, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm actually right around the 50% level anyway. This candle opened at 1705, which is 1005. My entry was at 1710, which is 1010. So I entered after this candle closed, and I noticed I was at the 50%. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good money. Like, I'm entering at 50% of the previous candle of this bull candle. I just felt like that was a good move. And it already did what I wanted to do, a close inside the EMA. After that, I'm like, damn, from higher low is higher high, previous higher high, or new higher high. But we don't know if price is going to continue to go higher, like how, this is the previous higher high, higher low, and then it broke it and kept going higher. We don't know if it's going to continue in trend and do that. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll try to just target the previous higher high as my take profit. I entered, boom, right after I entered, price just started going up. Remind you, I got a 20-cent lot in there. So my other rule is if I only have one trade in, I'm supposed to take profit at 50 pips. I'm supposed to set my take profit for 50 pips and just be disciplined about it. It's a lot of times where I'm being technical and I'm going off of what the market is showing, market structure, and like I said, was the previous higher high. That could be 50 pips, that could be 70, it could be 100, it could be 125. It just ranges, so it's not a set number for me, but 50 pips allows me to be disciplined and say, I'm gonna set it for 50 and I'm taking for 50. The only way I'm supposed to go for more than 50 is if I have a second entry in. Like, let's say I entered right here at this close, and then price started pulling back, and I did that measurement, and so I'm gonna enter at the 50%. Then I enter a second one. Then that's my two trades. At that point, the first one, I close it at 50 pips, and then the second one, I let it run for however long I wanted to run for, but at least I secure 50 pips. So that's my plan, and that's what I'm supposed to do. But based off of this time, I'm like, yo, I'm about to just see what it do, man. Like, I see structure. I see the higher low. I see the demand was created. It's a lot of confluences involved in this, and I'm like, I'm just going to target the previous Thursdays. Even this is previous higher high, but this black line right above it is previous week's high. So I'm like, yo, I want to target that. I said I'm gonna take profit for that. That was 125 pips. You feel me? And then when I set that, it said I was gonna make $250. So I'm like, yo, I never made $250 in a day. The most I made in a day on trading was 150 in on one trade. So I'm like, damn, I would beat my biggest win. Like, that's love. Okay. Um, so as it started taking off, I was in profit over 50 pips. And I'm sitting here watching it. I'm watching it from the 15-minute. This is the 15-minute. I'm watching it. And I remind you, I entered at 17.10. This candle closed at 17.15, which is 10:15. A new 15-minute candle was printed 5 minutes after I entered. So this one started going up, and I'm like, oh shoot. At that point, I believe I was up 50 pips. I trailed my stop because my stop loss was like a little above the low of this 15-minute candle, above this 15-minute candle, right? So once this one went up and closed, I'm like, bet I'm gonna move my stop loss below here. And then once that one closed, I'm like, bet. I think my stop loss said if I was to get stopped out, I would make $50 on the trade. I'm like, that ain't bad. You know, to see it, 50 pips would have been on a 20-cent lot, 50 pips would have been $100. And I looked at it like, damn, dog, I'm up 150 right now, whatever. I said, I'm kind of going against my rule. I really should be taking it for 50 because I only got one trade in. But I'm like, yo, this trade moving. Like, it looked good. Let me just trail my stop. And say I got my stop loss set at $50. If it gets hit, I'm gonna rock out. So the next one, boom, that one closed. This one started pushing. I'm like, yo, it's getting close. It got close. It got close. It started pushing, and it just hit my take profit, man. And I looked at my history and it said $250. I was excited. It's just like I felt like I deserved it from all the work that I've done. Just managing this trade. I took this loss, this $64 loss. I already explained that when I entered off the of the 5-minute, when I said, all right, this one I entered right here. That was a loss. That was $64. I fell asleep and I got right back in. You know, so just feeling like, damn, I executed the trade. I managed myself. I managed the trade. And I stuck to it. There's a few times that I just battled, like, man, I'm up 100, or I'm up 50 pips, and I really should be. And I'm battling with myself mentally, and I just kept trying to get out of my head, like, yo, you got your stop loss set, rock out, man. Like, don't get in the way of yourself. Don't get in the way. Let the trade run. Just let it rock out. And the trade hit, take profit hit, man. It felt good. Like I said, it felt like I worked hard for it. It felt like I deserve it because of all the work that I put in over time, just through back testing and just trial and error and taking losses and everything else. It's finally playing out. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is my biggest win so far. I look forward to, hitting some bigger ones. I know every trade is not going to be 125 pips. It's going to be some trades I'm going to take it for 50. Shoot, it's gonna be something I'm gonna take for 100. It would be love to get some for 200, but I ain't. Those are Hail Marys, and I ain't really shooting for those every time. I appreciate any amount of pips that I get, but I just gotta continue to stick to the plan, man, and continue to take the same trade over and over. And like I said in the beginning, always remember where you are in structure. Remember where you are. Remember where you are in structure will help you to identify your entry and make sure you're on the right side and just not, entering on the wrong side. Like I made that mistake on the first trade, but that's cool. I didn't let that defeat me. I was able to come back and get another win. Not another one. I was able to come back and get a win because I did take a loss. So again, man, today is Thursday, March 27th, my biggest trade to this date. I look forward to getting bigger ones. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next drawing.